This is VOA News. Via remote, I'm Marissa Melton. A judge has denied bail for the man accused of trying to kill author Salman Rushdie. AP correspondent Mike Hempen has the story.
24-year-old Hadi Matar stayed quiet during Thursday's hearing, while his lawyer tried unsuccessfully to persuade the judge that Matar should be released while he awaits trial. A grand jury indicted Matar on charges he rushed a stage in western New York and stabbed Salman Rushdie multiple times in front of a horrified crowd. Matar is charged with attempted murder and assault. He could get decades in prison if convicted. He has pleaded not guilty. Rushdie, who's 75, is getting treatment in a Pennsylvania hospital for severe wounds. I'm Mike Hempen.
The United States says it's deeply concerned about Russia's military presence in the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant in Ukraine. State Department spokesman Ned Price said Thursday that the International Atomic Energy Agency should be granted access to the facilities. The Price said the U.S. government is aware of reports that Russian personnel have abused and coerced members of the staff who are Ukrainian. Earlier Thursday, Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky called for the United Nations to ensure the security of the plant, which is controlled by Russian forces. Zelensky said on social media that Russian attacks on the plant could have catastrophic consequences for the entire world. Zelensky made these statements after a meeting in the western Ukraine city of Lviv with UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres and Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Guterres called for the site to be demilitarized with the withdrawal of military equipment and personnel. This is VOA News. A total of 17 people were killed and 42 injured in two separate Russian attacks on the major northeastern Ukrainian city of Kharkiv. This, according to the regional governor on Thursday. 3 civilians were killed, 17 wounded in a pre-dawn rocket strike on Thursday, according to local emergency services. That followed a Russian attack on Kharkiv on Wednesday, in which the emergency service initially said 12 people were killed. The regional governor said more bodies had been discovered as rescuers picked their way through destroyed houses. Taliban authorities in Afghanistan said Thursday that the death toll from an overnight bomb blast inside a mosque in Kabul had risen to at least 21. Khalid Zadran, a police spokesman in the Afghan capital, told VOA that at least 33 worshippers had been wounded. Witnesses and police said the powerful blast ripped through a mosque in the northern part of the city during evening prayers on Wednesday. A spokesman for the Taliban condemned the attack. Apple is disclosing serious security vulnerabilities for its iPhones, iPads, and Macs. The AP's Ed Donahue has that story.
In 2 security reports, Apple said the flaws in software could potentially allow attackers to take complete control of devices. The company said it is aware of a report that this issue may have been actively exploited. Experts are telling Apple users to update the software on their devices. One expert said this means a hacker could get full administrative access to the device and execute any code as if they are you, the user. I'm Ed Donahue.
The family of renowned Somali author and poet Mohammed Ibrahim Warsame, better known by his pen name Hadrawi, says he died Thursday at age 79 in the Somaliland capital, Hargeisa. Warsame was widely regarded as the greatest living Somali poet. He had battled illness for years. Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohammed expressed the country's sorrow, saying Hadrawi would be remembered for his role in peace building and conflict resolution, teaching wisdom through his poetry. A spokesman for the ruling junta in Myanmar says the country plans to import Russian gasoline and fuel oil to ease supply concerns and rising prices. Myanmar is the latest developing country to make the move amid a global energy crisis. Russia is seeking new customers for its energy in the region as its biggest export destination, Europe, will impose an embargo on Russian oil in phases later this year. And once more, our top story this hour, a judge has denied bail for the man accused of trying to kill British author Salman Rushdie in an attack last Friday in western New York State. Via remote, I'm Marissa Melton. This is VOA News. This is VOA News. Via remote, I'm Marissa Melton. A member of an Islamic State cell known as the Beatles was sentenced to life in prison on Friday for his involvement in the kidnap and killing of 4 Americans. A federal district court judge in Alexandria, Virginia, sentenced El-Shafi El-Sheikh on Friday for lethal hostage-taking and conspiracy to commit murder. A jury found El-Sheikh guilty in April of charges that included lethal hostage-taking. His cell, nicknamed the Beatles for their English accents, has been ruled responsible for the kidnap and beheadings of journalists James Foley and Stephen Sutloff and aid workers Peter Kassig and Kayla Muller. Speaking to reporters outside of court, the mother of James Foley, Diane Foley, said the sentence is a warning to other terrorists.
The 67 U.S. nationals are counting on you, President Biden, counting on our country. Let us insist that our U.S. passport mean that our government must and will help Americans.
That again was Diane Foley, the mother of James Foley, a victim of the Islamic State Beatles cell, one of whom was sentenced to life in prison on Friday. The governor of Russia's Belgorod region says a fire late Thursday at a munitions depot near the Russian village of Timonovo has led to the evacuation of both Timonovo and the village of Soloti on Ukraine's northeastern border. The governor said Friday there were no casualties and no one has yet claimed responsibility for starting that fire. From Washington, you're listening to VOA News. Assailants attacked a hotel in Somalia's capital, Mogadishu, on Friday, setting off explosions and opening gunfire. Witnesses told VOA's Somali service that they heard 2 or 3 blasts near the Hyatt Hotel Friday evening. Initial reports said the assailants attacked the hotel with suicide car bombs before gunmen went inside. A police officer told Reuters news service that one car bomb hit near the hotel and another hit the hotel's gate. One witness said a gun battle was going on inside the hotel with security forces trying to fend off the attackers. Reuters news agency reported at least 9 people were wounded. Islamist militant group Al-Shabaab has claimed responsibility for the blasts. Australia's Prime Minister Anthony Albanese says it's upsetting that Indonesia has reduced the prison sentence of the bomb maker in the Bali attack that killed 202 people in 2002. If he's granted parole, Umar Patek could be freed within days. Albanese says the potential release would cause further distress to families of bombing victims, most of whom were foreign tourists. He said he will continue to make diplomatic representations to Indonesia on the matter. Indonesia often grants sentence reductions to prisoners on major holidays, and an Indonesian official said Patek met all the legal requirements. The decision on whether he will be granted parole, however, is still pending. In the United States, Walmart is expanding abortion coverage for its employees. AP correspondent Lisa Dwyer has more.
Walmart, which is the nation's largest employer, is expanding its abortion coverage for employees after staying largely mum on the issue following the Supreme Court ruling that scrapped a nationwide right to abortion. In a memo sent to employees, the company says its health care plans will now cover abortion for employees under several circumstances. Those include when there is a health risk to the mother, rape or incest, ectopic pregnancy, miscarriage, or lack of fetal viability. In Arkansas, where Walmart is based, abortion is banned under all circumstances unless a procedure is needed to protect the life of the mother in a medical emergency. There are no exceptions for rape or incest in Arkansas. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Hundreds of friends, fans, and fellow authors of Salman Rushdie spoke out on his behalf on Friday during a rally on the steps of the main branch of the New York Public Library. Friday's event came a week after Rushdie was attacked on stage and hospitalized with stab wounds after an appearance in western New York State. His literary agent said Rushdie had injuries to his liver, arm, and eye, but had been taken off a ventilator and was improving. Via remote, I'm Marissa Melton. This is VOA News.